With the largest transfer of wealth set to take place, how can we put our best foot forward? I'm Mike Loder. Investment Insights starts right now. Hello and welcome back to the program. Investment Insights, of course, presented by the team at The Investor's Way, where each episode we provide informative interviews about wealth creation alongside practical tips of how you can master your money. Now, on today's program, we'll be discussing how to equip ourselves to maximize the financial opportunities that are on the horizon. It's the biggest generational wealth gap is heading our way. It's a transfer of wealth, I should say. And Andrew Woodward is joining me from The Investor's Way today. Andrew, there's a lot of money being passed on. What's going on?
So, Mike, really big and important thing for people in our audience here today who are listening. We've got this wealth generation, or this generational wealth transfer coming, and it's about the parents of our audience who are reaching towards the end of their life, and they actually control almost 50% of the wealth in this country. And they're about to pass that down to the next generation. And so we need to prepare, like we talked about on our last episode, we need to prepare for the tsunami of wealth that's about to transfer to our audience.
I mean, it sounds good to me, but also we've got to be aware of the fact that it's not going to be a lot of money if we're not prepared for it. I've heard that 75% of large lottery prize winners actually are a lot less happy than we might think. Tell us a little bit about this statistic and why it's important.
Well, I do love that you're now quoting statistics back to me, Mike. It's fantastic. But it's true, 75% of lottery prize winners, big lottery prize winners, are worse off 5 years after they've won the money than before they had won that money. And it all comes down to one thing. It comes down to the fact that they're not prepared for it.
Okay, so what kind of mistakes do you see people make, just quickly?
Well, quickly, it's that they haven't built the investing muscle. So, let's again give you an example. I go to the gym and I'm going to go and try and lift 100 kilograms, which right now with these chicken wing arms, it's not going to happen. So I know that if I keep going back time after time, eventually I'm going to be able to lift that 100 kilos.
Okay.
But when we transition that to wealth, what we're looking at is the fact that people haven't built that muscle, the investing muscle. So before this tsunami of money comes to them with this wealth transfer, this generational wealth transfer, we need to be building that investing muscle by making better decisions, by being prepared and having plans for our money, and just knowing how we're going to manage that tsunami of wealth.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, before it disappears. Yeah.
How can we, I guess, protect ourselves, or as you say, arm ourselves with knowledge before it all happens?
So one of the things, or there's two main buckets of things that I hear from people about why they haven't invested or why they haven't been successful with money. And it's generally time and knowledge.
Yeah.
And so Tony Robbins teaches that a system is the secret to success in anything in life. So we want to have a system. And a system basically just means having tools and resources, processes and decision-making models to be able to do the right thing with the money when it comes to you. So creating that system helps us deal with all these other distractions that are taking us away. Like, there's life, everyone has a life and we need to live life. But that is preventing us from preparing for our financial future. So we want to deal with the time problem and the knowledge gap. And to do that, we create and have a system to support our investing decisions and our management of our money.
As you mentioned, there are a lot of distractions out there when it comes to these things, and I myself struggle to sit down and take the time it needs sometimes. How can people prepare for this inheritance that you're talking about? What, who are we speaking to? You did mention getting a team together. Who are we looking at?
Yeah, look, as I said, we're in the business of educating people on how to be better with their money and how to make it grow. So whether it's with me or somebody else, we need to be proactive. We want our audience to be proactive in taking steps to learn a system or a decision-making model or something that helps them be better prepared to manage large sums of money. Now, it might start out, where they're just dealing with their own money, and it's smaller money, and they're just going to build that muscle, so that over time, and when that wealth transfer comes from their parents, it's not something that flows straight back out. So we were talking about flow in an earlier episode, and we're saying we want to create this flow around money. Well, we don't want that flow to be straight out the gate again. We want, if that tsunami of wealth comes to us, we want to have created an ecosystem, an environment where that money will stay in our life for a much longer time and we can grow that money.
So my Lamborghini is maybe a poor investment once I get the cash flow.
We'll talk about your Lamborghini off camera, but let's just say that's not the way to treat that transfer of wealth.
Okay, so just to finish, with lots of new products, as I sort of mentioned in there, nice cars and things, how do you know the best way to manage this money moving forward? Just to summarise, I suppose.
Well, really quickly, back in the 90s, there was this thing that if you opened up your laptop, it was just going to spew money at you. There was people on the speaking circuit saying, just open it up and you're going to get all this money. Well, we're now seeing that in the crypto market. And there's lots of people out there saying, just open the laptop and crypto is going to create this massive wealth for you. And so we're going to, on our next episode, we're going to talk to somebody who can help us overcome all those crypto scams and get a better understanding of this new product, which is the crypto market. It's very modern technology. It's a little bit beyond me, but we'll find out on the next episode how to manage it.
Very cool, Andrew. Thank you so much for your time as always.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. That's the program for the moment, and of course the information provided in this program is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before making any big moves. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again very soon where we talk digital dollars.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.